Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today I've got a product from Vidcastive. This is the Vidcastive L20 4K body camera. And this is a unique camera in the way that it is magnetic, which is a very, very cool thing, and it's very, very small in size as well. It can record in landscape or portrait and more. We're going to dig into this now, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is everything that we get once we get it out of the box, and you can see that we get a ton of mounts here, which we'll go over in just a second. First thing we want to take a look at is the user manual. This is for the model number L20. And you can see here that it's going to show you all your button layouts and instructions for buttons, how to insert the micro SD card. Now you do get a 64 gigabyte micro SD card with this, but it does support up to 256 gigabytes. And you'll be able to see that you do get an LCD screen here and all of the things that the LCD screen can do, which we will also go over. The ViPulse app, which you can get for Android or for iOS. And it explains the app as well as some specifications here. And I will leave these specifications up at this point in the video and have them on the screen because for some reason they're coming out kind of blurry. So you can see that we can do resolutions of 4K, 2.5K, or 1080p. Now 2.5K and 1080p can do 60 frames per second. 4K can do 30 frames per second. We can do photo in resolutions of 1 megapixel all the way up to 8 megapixels. We do have a 750 milliamp battery that will have a max recording time of 150 minutes per charge, and the charging time takes about 90 minutes. Now they do give us an adapter, a USB type A to micro SD card for reading the pictures and videos that you will be taking on this camera directly on a PC or a laptop. And then we get a charge cable, which is a standard USB type A to USB type C. You can plug the USB type A end into any PC or laptop to charge it, or you can plug it into something like this, which is an AC to USB adapter that you probably already have from another device. Now we do get a bunch of accessories here. I particularly like this one, which is kind of a necklace. You can wear it around your neck and you can magnetically attach the camera in portrait or landscape, and then you can just use it like that. You have several of these adapters. This is a magnetic one. It will actually fit in the camera there, and it will attach very securely to this disc, which is a really nice feature. Now, rather than going over all of the attachments you get, I'm going to list them all for you here because it would take quite some time to go over all of them. So let's take a look at the main device here. Very small, again, about the size of my thumb here. Very lightweight as well, so very easy to carry around with you. No problems whatsoever. You do have two buttons on the side, a Wi-Fi button and a mode button. You've got your power and access button or shutter button on the front. And you do have a 1.7-inch LCD screen here. It's going to give you some information like your battery life, whether you have an SD card in, what mode you're in, what resolution you're shooting in, and of course your microphone, whether that's on or off, muted or not. So you can easily check that out. Now we're going to go through just a few of these. With one press of the Wi-Fi button, you can go from landscape to portrait mode for your overlay there. But as you can see, as I rotate the camera, I can do landscape or portrait no matter what. So that's just to kind of orient you if you need to. Now, the mode button is going to let us go through things like video record, photo shooting, time lapse, and a few other options as well. Now, if we want to switch to photo, we just hit the front button, and then I can use that front button to snap a quick picture. And I will show you samples of pictures and videos here in just 1 second. I just wanted to go through some of the things that we could do with the camera itself. And overall, it's got this very nice LCD screen that works out very, very well. I didn't have any problems with it. You can, again, do time-lapse, video record. And then we have a menu and playback as well. If we go into the menu, we should be able to adjust a few things, and I'll show you those right now. Once we get into menu, you can see orientation switch, volume settings, so we can switch our orientation, our volume, whether you want the beeps, confirmation beeps to be low, medium, high, or off. We can do watermarks, whether we want it to have a watermark or the date and time, the key tone for switching through menus and things like that, open or closed or on or off, stealth mode, anti-flicker, 50 hertz or 60 hertz, screen sleep, where we can switch from none, 30 seconds, 1 minute, or 3 minutes to save battery life. And then we have loop recording switch, either on or off. Language settings, date and time settings, formatting the SD card inside, version information, or resetting the factory. Okay, so here's the first picture that I took, overcast day. Again, 8 megapixel for the resolution, and it worked out pretty well. It's not terrible. It still has some detail in the foreground and the background, and overall does an okay job at still pictures at 8 megapixels. If we get really close to a subject, you can see that it loses some focus there. You notice the car in the background is in focus more than the subject that I'm taking a picture of, and this is meant to be a body cam or action cam, not for close-up or macro type shooting. Okay, so here's a sample video of the Vidcastive body cam. This is going to give you a good idea of what it sounds like and what it looks like. This is captured in 4K, 30 frames a second. So it'll give you a good idea of the quality of the video and the audio for you to check out. So my thoughts on video are, I wish they had added some sort of image stabilization. As you can see, it's a fairly shaky video. The quality of the video itself is not bad, but if you're going to be using this for action shots, I think that they should have added some image stabilization. Now we do get an app also here, the ViPulse app. You can get it for Android or for iOS. I have the Android version. And what you're going to want to do is hold down the Wi-Fi button on the side for a few seconds, and it's going to put it in Wi-Fi mode. And then you can use the app to connect to it. Now, it does take a few seconds for the app to connect to it. You can see that it puts out its own Wi-Fi network, L20, and then a bunch of letters and numbers, and you'll connect to that with your phone. And then it'll take some time to connect, and you'll be able to see and use the camera directly from the app. So if the camera was in a stationary point, you could remotely use it with the app here. And you can also download files from the camera directly to your phone or tablet or whatever you're using, and you'll be good to go. So you've got camera files on the left and an action button in the middle. Now, right now we're in normal record mode. We can do snapshots or still pictures, and we can also do time-lapse recording as well. So if I just want to quickly snap a picture, I can do that. I can also switch over to time-lapse record mode and initiate that as well. So that's pretty cool. Now, if we go into camera files here, we'll be able to take a look at either videos or images. Now, this is the video that you just saw, and then we have images as well. And from here, we can download or delete them if we want to. So we can download these directly to our device. if we want to right off the camera and download them to our phone or tablet, which is really nice. Now, overall, we also have some statistics at the top. You can see how much space we have left, what resolution we're currently set to, and our battery life here as well, as some settings that we can adjust. And these are mostly the settings that I've already showed you, like your light source frequency, loop recording, sound recording, things like that. Now in 1080p, you can do 1080p 30, 1080p 60, 2.5K 30 and 2.5K 60, and 4K in 30 frames per second. In my testing, I didn't have any problems with the app being able to pull files down from the camera to my phone. No issues whatsoever. It worked very smoothly, although it does take a few moments to initialize the camera. Other than that, I had no issues at all. So there you go. That is my review of the Vidcastive L20 4K body cam and sports camera. Now, the only thing that I wish they had added to this camera was image stabilization. Other than that, the quality is very good. The companion app is very good as well, and I didn't have any issues. This was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I'll check you guys out on the next one.